Megashed Diaries, 26th of January 2026. I'm going to do a top 10. What I think my top 10 favourite tools in here are. Where I can, I'll put links to where I got them from if they still exist or where you could get something similar now. First off, number 10, flexible ratchet spanner set. Just cheap stuff off Temu. A friend of mine had some I saw a few years ago and thought, oh, they look a bit Gucci. They're really useful for getting into, nuts that are in a bit of a tight corner. You can just get the head of them on. I find them really useful, and the smaller ones of that you'll see when I have them unrolled on the B-roll. I've got other spanners in there because I take the 8mm, the 10mm and the 12mm, and they live right in the top of my toolbox because I'm using those all the time. Next, nut gun set. I think the probably proprietary name is a riv nut tool. That's what everyone refers to them as, but mine will be an Amazon copy, I think. That's been so useful. I've used it mainly for the M6 size. Done all sorts of stuff with that, with building motorbikes where you've got a thin bit of steel and you want to have something threaded in there so you can put a bolt in. So the M6, you just drill a 9mm hole in it, put the tool in, compress it down, and then you've got something solid that you can put an M6 bolt into. But I think the set goes right from M5 up to M10. I've used that for putting bobbins in the side of swing arms that didn't have an attachment for them, and various other parts. Number 8, lock wire pliers. If you race motorbikes, you can't be without these. You've got to have these for safety to lock wire your sump plug in and various other things on the bike. But yeah, I love the design. I think they're great. And lock wire, as well as just putting bits onto motorbikes, I've used it to fix all kinds of things around the house, picture frames and all sorts. I've done a little example video of how you use the lock wire pliers just with a random thing on the front of one of my drawers. But obviously you use them to hold your sump plug bolts in. Number 7. This Draper Expert 1/4" drive socket set. Before this I had a similar thing that I'd just got from Aldi, middle of Lidl or Aldi or something, and I thought, oh, that was really useful. I stuck that one in my van. Thought I want to get a slightly better quality one. So I've got, I'll show you in the video, but I use this a lot. It's really nice and compact. We go from 5mm up to 14mm. I use this as my sort of Allen keys all the time. I've got bits, all of the bits for Torx head. Use it as a screwdriver, and you can do a lot with this, and it's really small. The clasp on the case broke almost immediately, but I didn't want to throw it away, so I just stuck some Velcro on. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. Use it nearly every day. Number 6, DeWalt combi drill set. So you've got the drill and the impact driver. Got these when I built the shed for, I think, end of 2022, 2023. Been using them constantly since. They're just brilliant. I always wanted to get a DeWalt one so I could buy other DeWalt tools, and the same battery goes with them. Comes with a nice presentation case and the charger, and 2 3-amp-hour batteries. I haven't felt the need to buy any larger ones than that. They seem to last really well. And just general taking nuts in and out and stuff. The impact driver works really well. Driving screws in, 10 times better than anything that doesn't have an impact. So number 5 on my top 10 list is this DeWalt DCF 900 impact driver. 1/2-inch drive. I had air impact guns that I'd bought, ones that were meant to be good, and I've tried to take like wheel nuts off stuff and wouldn't do it. And I thought, right, I'm gonna get an electric one. Everyone else seemed to have one, and I spent ages looking at what was the big daddy. And this, I think it's rated as up to 1300 Newton meters or something. I'll try and find the stats and put them on screen, and I've not found anything that this won't do. It's got 3 settings of torque, and then it's got one that's just is set so it's, I don't know what it's called, but when you select the one with the nuts on it, it just uses what torque it needs to, and instead of keep spinning and spin it when it comes loose, it recognizes it's loose and just slows down. It's also got a little torch on the front. I've hardly used it, but when I've needed to use it, it's never let me down. Number 4, this one might be a bit of a surprise. It's my copper and hide hammer. So it's got hide mallet one end, copper on the other. It's got this a few years ago when I first started playing with small engines. There was a Honda Cub engine that I was taking apart, and there was a fellow advising me on how to do that. And he was saying, "Oh, you have to split the engine cases, or just tap it. Just you hit it with a copper hammer, and it'll come apart." And I'd been using a normal hammer; they're just steel ones, they just bounce off. And he says, "Oh, I just assumed everyone would have a copper hammer." I'm like, "What do I need a copper hammer for?" It puts all of the force that you put onto it, because the copper deforms. You get a really good dead blow onto whatever you're hitting, and also because the copper's a soft metal, it doesn't damage what you're hitting. So number 3, and this is really number 3 and number 2 together. So this is an angle grinder with 1mm discs. This is one I got from Screwfix for about 40 quid. The saying goes, a grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't, and that's true for me as well. So when I first started welding, I got this welder. I'll show you in the picture. It's 130 amp TIG welder that I bought used for about 60 quid, and got the gas, and suddenly I can glue metal together. I've fixed so many things with it, made so many little parts for the bikes that I'm building, adjusted like foot pegs and gear shifters. The other thing that's really useful for is getting stuck bolts out, weld a nut on it. You'll have seen it do it in my other videos. So the angle grinder and the TIG welder go together. It's as basic as engineering gets. I just recommend anyone, if you want to start tinkering with motorbikes, get a TIG welder. The gas is a bit expensive, but I have found a supplier that I don't have to have an account for, using the big bottle hobby weld. And it makes it a bit cheaper when you're not having to pay a monthly fee or use the tiny little hobby bottles that you get that you buy from Halfords. And number 1, my all-time favourite tool. It's kind of not just a tool, it's a lifestyle now, and that is my Myford ML7 lathe. I only got it earlier this year, so I'm still learning how to use it and stuff, but I feel like my life's complete now. I've got a lathe. I can't actually tell you where you could get one from. They still even make them, or they refurbish ones at RDG Tools, and you can get all of the parts from them there. And I found a great community from them, but the one I've got was actually made, I can tell from the serial number, it was made in 1963, so it's older than I am, still going strong. I need to use my mental arithmetic skills to convert the imperial to metric, but I'm slowly converting bits to have digital DROs using these cheap calipers. Cut them up and I'm putting them onto the cross slide and everything, so that I can quickly convert imperial into metric. So that's my top 10. Let me know if you like this. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get subscribers. I want to get up to the 1,000 so I can monetize the channel, and it's going pretty damn slow. I think I'm a bit too niche or a bit too boring, one of the two. Let me know in the comments. That helps too. Megashed out.